Hey everyone, and welcome to the English Fluency Podcast. Today, we're diving into a super effective technique for improving your English speaking skills, even if you don't have a language partner. At the end of this video, we'll explain the 5 keywords we used, so you know how important speaking practice is, right? Studying grammar and listening are helpful, but they won't magically make you a fluent speaker. You have to speak. But what if you don't have anyone to practice with? That's where this imitation technique comes in. It's a game changer for improving sentence structure, grammar, vocabulary, and most importantly, your ability to express your thoughts clearly. We're going to explore something a little more advanced. It's all about imitation, not just repeating words.
Yes, I've used this technique before, and it's surprisingly powerful. It's not just about mimicking pronunciation, it's about internalizing the language.
Exactly, Sarah. It's more than just parroting. We're talking about listening to a conversation, a story, or a speech, and then trying to deliver it in your own words. Think of it as a creative retelling. Let's illustrate this with a quick example. Imagine someone saying, "When I was a child, my parents liked to pretend, like many other parents, that Santa Claus would bring us presents at Christmas." Instead of repeating that, you could rephrase it as, "When he was a child, his parents liked to pretend, just like many other parents, that Santa Claus would bring them presents at Christmas." See the difference? You're conveying the same idea, but using slightly different wording and grammatical structures. What do you think, David?
That makes sense. So, it's not about memorizing the exact words, but understanding and expressing the meaning in your way.
Precisely, David. And there are different ways to approach this. You can imitate small chunks of speech, like phrases or short sentences. Or you can wait until the speaker completes a whole thought or idea before you try to rephrase it. You can even listen to an entire speech and then try to deliver it yourself. I recommend combining all these approaches. I call it easy to hard imitation. It's based on progressive training. You start with the easy stuff, imitating short phrases, and gradually increase the difficulty. Start with small phrases, then move on to longer sentences, then groups of sentences, and finally, the whole speech.
I like that idea of building up gradually. It makes the whole process less daunting.
Absolutely. And the benefits are huge. You're listening to and imitating correct English, which helps you form sentences properly. You learn idioms, expressions, and everyday speaking patterns. And you even learn grammar without even realizing it.
That's fascinating. So, it's like how babies learn their first language.
Exactly. It's implicit learning. You're not consciously thinking about grammar rules. You're focused on communicating, understanding, and expressing ideas. You're still learning grammar, but it's happening subconsciously. It's a much more natural way to learn.
All right, let's review 5 important words from today's podcast. Sarah, your turn to introduce the first one.
Okay, first word, internalizing. I'm guessing it means like making something a part of you, like a feeling or an idea becoming deeply ingrained.
Close. Internalizing means absorbing or learning something so thoroughly that it becomes a natural part of your understanding or behavior. It's more than just knowing something, it's about truly making it your own.
Parroting. I think that's repeating something without really thinking about it. Kind of like a parrot mimics sounds.
Exactly. Parroting is repeating something mechanically or without understanding the meaning. It's often used negatively, suggesting that someone isn't engaging with what they're saying. Progressive.
That sounds like it has to do with moving forward. Maybe like step by step.
You've got it. Progressive means increasing gradually in amount or intensity. It implies a gradual development or advancement.
Implicit. That's a tricky one. Maybe it means something that's hinted at but not directly said.
That's spot on. Implicit means understood or implied without being directly stated. It's something that's communicated indirectly.
Daunting. That makes me think of something challenging, maybe even a little scary.
Absolutely. Daunting means seeming difficult to deal with. It's something that makes you feel intimidated or overwhelmed. It suggests a challenge that might be discouraging.